beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me again on another live stream, another moment for us to be. I had this emotionally revealing feeling, realization, remembrance that as soon as we became what we are, the thing we used to be, conceptually at least, died. You know, how there was a loss of one thing in order for you to be as you are. Dear Shan, it's nice to have you here too, friend. You know, Hagab, that as soon as the unity split into duality, the unity died. Think about that. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if it's supposed to make sense. Hey, Max. It's so nice having you here with me. It's a pleasure. I see you. Right? As soon as duality formed, the unity died. And it's trippy. It's trippy because that unity knew, it knows, it continues to. It is all of us, split into all of us, right? Having died as itself for us to be ourselves. And it's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing, it's an experience, it's a remembrance, it's a learning of yourself. It's a getting to know yourself all over again. Fractured into infinitesimal little pieces, you know, slowly but surely melting it all together, becoming one again. And then, you know, starting all over. I've been having a rough last 2 days. Very rough. You know, I feel like I'm driving off road most days. Well, at least these last 2 days. Just like I'm getting bumped around rocky roads, and I feel super awkward, like extremely awkward. I've tried to have conversations with my family, with my siblings, and I just feel separate. You know, feel like I am unpleasant to be around. And you know, we feel that way sometimes. And then we tell ourselves stories about, you know, what that means about us. We reduce ourselves to nothing. We reduce our lives to nothing. We tell ourselves that we don't appreciate this life or the people that we have to spend it with. We feel like there's some sort of lack. And yet, unity, one of something, could be seen as lack, or it can be seen as whole, right? Hello, lovely red soul. Hello, lovely impossible light. It's nice to have you here. Pippi, what are you smelling? What are you smelling, silly girl? You're smelling things? Huh? Smell, 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 smell. Oh, smell, smell, smell. Here you go. Contus and Susanna. It's so nice to have you here. Thanks for inviting me to yoga, Shemansky. Definitely gonna be a daily ritual. We would love to have you there, friend. We do it every day. Like today's practice was very, very calmish, very quiet, very flowy. Usually it's a little bit more word heavy. I try to give some mental cues, you know, stuff to think about when you're in some of the poses. I look forward to seeing you there again, Connor. Thank you for joining us today, friend. So much love being shared. Even the Gateway Goblin is here too. Lane the main. It's nice to have you. How are you doing, Matave? How's the gigs going? How's the college going? How are you doing, man? Are you adjusting? Do you feel? Let me ask this, right? Because I remember there was a part of you struggling with whether or not you're supposed to do this. Do you feel now, being in the fractal, that you're in the right fractal, brother Bear? Do you feel you are where you're supposed to be? Love you. Oh, imagine I mentioned you each by name. Boom, love bomb. Yeah. Imagine I was like, hey, your name. I love you. Imagine it. Be like, wow, that's so nice of you to say, Mel. Love you, Gob. Thank you for joining us as well. Deal with it. Yeah, that whole, I think it's a post on the Haywire Hill that someone posted. It usually goes this little soft thing coming out of its box, and then it gets punched, and then it goes back in its box, and it says never again. But someone kind of like corrected for it, changed it up, where as it gets punched, it just looks at the fist and it's like, is that all you got? Is that all you got? You- I can take more than this. How was the birthday, man? Do let us know, brother bear. We forget the moon salutations. We did. You're completely right, Shanansky. Oh goodness. I didn't even like. I felt like something was missing, but I'm only now realizing that the moon salutations got completely yeeted. The moon is just a little bit above me. I'm sorry, Mrs. Moon. I salutate you. I love you, love you, love you. I didn't. I'm sorry, I forgot. Maybe I'm feeling very. I'm feeling very human. Maybe that's the thing. I feel like I'm really human right now, and it's kind of jarring. It's kind of jarring. I feel like I want to complain about things. I feel like I want to be angry. I feel like I want to find fault. I feel like I want to be critical. I feel like I I don't even know if I want to fight. Maybe there's a part of me that wants to fight. I feel anxious. I feel worried. And I'm not saying that this is the reality. I'm just saying this is my current state of being, or at least the state of being that I've noticed over the last few days. I'm cutting out marijuana and caffeine, and I'm also not eating anything until after stream. So there are definite changes in the way that I used to do things or the pattern I was used to participating in. And it's cool to feel things differently. But I don't know if I like it, you know? Sometimes you can do things that you don't like. How about wow, Melt? Tell us more of this genius wisdoms. Yeah. You can sometimes do the things that you don't want to do, even though you don't like it. And then upon doing it, you feel like, yay me for doing the thing I didn't want to do. For we are all made from the very substance of overwhelming love and playfulness. We are all made from the very substance of overwhelming love and playfulness. How beautiful is this thing we're saying that is to go hand in hand with today's stream topic, And I'll say it again. The understanding, at least it's an understanding for me. I'm not saying this is fact or that this is the way it is, but to me, I had this realization that as unity, as ultimate unity, you had to die in order to be who you are right now. And you died willingly. You died a million deaths, a trillion times a trillion deaths, in order to be you, instead of just being one, right? All knowing, all seeing, all present, everywhere, every now. To let that version of yourself die so that you can be who you are right now. It's surreal, right? Like think about that. Like really think about that. The fact that you were everything, literally everything. And from that infinite wisdom, all knowing, all seeing, all being, you chose to be you, dear friend. You chose to be this version of you right now, experiencing what you're experiencing, right? And I'm saying this to myself as well because I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing right now because I chose to do well, I chose not to do certain things. I'm keeping myself separate from something. And that's a divine choice as well. Like there is so much love to be had. I don't like being sober, I notice. I really don't. But I can be. And that makes me happy. It's so nice to have you here, beloved Auntie. Thank you for the love, my friend. Swinging by to say I love you guys. Take care and enjoy your day. Mm, how can I not? With so much love. Can we see you dance? It always gives us good vibes seeing you dance. Please, man. Why did you have to say please, friend? Why did, if you just asked, I would be like no. I don't want to dance right now. And then you say please. Now I cannot not dance. Fine. I'll I'll dance for you specifically. Enough, Juggernaut. Everybody else, avert your gaze. Don't look at me dancing. Don't you dare. This is just for just for enough, Juggernaut. I don't have music here, dude. I don't have music. Let me think if I can come up with a beat variation. This is gonna be awkward. I'm cringing already. Oh, I'm cringing even more. Standing up. Why? Why are you doing this? Oh. It's kind of nice actually. I kind of feels nice. Thank you for the encouragement. Enough, Juggernaut. I appreciate it. Again, thank you for the Olsen. Wouldn't resist saying just popping in, just checking in. If you and the views need help in life, or you want, or you and people got it. I'm so confused. Let me try. Hey, just popping in, just checking in if you and views need help in life, or you and people got it. I'm so confused. Yes? Yes? Yes, we got help. I'm interpreting it in a few ways. Checking in if you and the viewers need help in life, or you and people already got it. I feel we are the ones helping each other. Maybe that's the thing that I've been thinking at least. Right? I watched this mini film, the the World of Tomorrow, I believe it's called. It's animated, roughly animated, very stylized, beautifully so. And it starts with this little girl answering a call from her future self. But it's not her future self. It is in fact a clone of a clone of a clone of herself in the future. Because in this world, they implant a version of yourself into you. Wait for that version of yourself to be birthed. And then as yourself gets birthed, you transfer your consciousness into yourself. You're like, well, excuse me, what? Yeah, that like they drop that on you in like the first minute of the video, so it's like uber confusion. Excuse me, and then you go through this whole thing, and it shows you a version of reality that is it's a little bit jarring, and yet makes sense conceptually at least. And they break some they break some continuity rules, but continuity might not be a thing in the grand scheme of things, so maybe that's okay as well. And they come to this conclusion, this this message of being you now, right? That even if we figure out technology like cloning a version of yourself, implanting that version of yourself into yourself, your version of yourself, growing a version of yourself, transferring your consciousness into a version of yourself so you can continue being yourself. right? All of that contrariety, sure, cool, great. And yet, this now, all of that noise, this now, this is what we're here for. The infinite unity split into infinite multiplicity in order to be you now. Unity and multiplicity. We have to understand or almost accept, integrate with paradox in order to really function properly in this world. And it's weird, right? To be infinitely supported by yourself as source and yet to still have to do things, right? Like, sure, you will be supported in your creative endeavors. If you keep showing up for your creative endeavors, whatever it may be, you will find success in that. But if you don't show up for your creative endeavors and backtrack, I believe your success will be given to you of God, as in everything is God, everyone is God. God will recognize you as everyone, as everything, allowing for you to be supported in that, right? But if you don't show up as God for yourself, then none of that happens, you know. As above, so below, as within, so without. That you don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. And I've been kind of faced with that, you know, how within sobriety there is definitely a masculineness within me, like that, you know, like it feels like that. It feels like that's version of me, and it's like just wanting to tear itself out of me. And then I have to accept that. I have to like sit with him, be like, hey, oh, I see you absolutely losing your mind. How about you sit down? How about that? How about we have a conversation? Why do you feel this way, dude? Why do I feel this way? Injustice? Like I feel like my tolerance for injustice melts away when I don't smoke weed. I feel like I'm more tolerant when I smoke weed. And maybe being able to see this part of myself will in some way serve me as well. I'm missing you all so much as we miss you too. It's nice to have you here. I've been thinking about you, Brother Bear. 10th line is nice to have. 10th line is nice to have you here as well. Melt would say, no explanation needed, but the kids' school routine and work have made it hard to catch the streams. Thinking when we fall back, but Melt doesn't, I will be back regularly. Love you all. Fortunately, I do this every day, Brother Bear. So we can find ourselves in a certain fractal where we can't be here. And then when that fractal ceases to be, I'll be here too, you know, waiting for you. It's so nice to have you here now. Thank you for spending some time with us. Can't find yourself if you never lose yourself. Corey. And mm. that one hits, dude. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I'm losing myself. That is kind of what it feels like. That is kind of what it feels like, right? And I shared this in the yoga class, or yeah, I guess class as well. That all of this spiritual work we do, right? All of this growth, all of this self-reflection, all of this willingness to be better in whatever way you consider better to be. It feels like it disappears, it melts away in some moments, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm this spiritual being, you know, with this infinite capacity for love. And then someone cuts me off on the freeway and I want to murder them, right? Like, where does that come from, dude? How about you know? And it's difficult. It's so difficult because as soon as something like that happens, it's so easy for our imposter monster, right? The thing standing in between. I believe it like it's in layers, right? Ultimate consciousness, pure awareness is the center, the core from which everything emanates. And then we gain all of this perspective, all of these experiences, all of these likes and dislikes, all of these, you know, do's and don'ts, and it like gets put over this awareness. And then it covers the awareness to the point where upon looking at this thing, this sphere, you see all of these layers, and then you're like, oh, that's me, and that's ego, right? Oh, that's me. All of these layers of shit kind of attached to pure awareness. And then from the inside, looking at the that's me, there's like the opposite perspective of looking at a layer that you're trying to project into the world, your persona, right? The person you're trying to convince people that you are, the mask you're wearing, if you will. And then as that almost like tilting point, right? That duality within self, always like in the center point, right? The awareness looking at both sides. As soon as something happens from a place of ego or from a place of persona, like, someone cuts you off and you get angry about that, even though nobody got hurt. If someone could get hurt, right? And that's why we get angry. Even though nobody got hurt, you get so viscerally angry again, even though you're the spiritual being. And then this imposter monster, this imposter syndrome feeling comes up in you of like, oh, if you get angry like this, surely you're not a good person. Surely you're not likable. Surely people don't like being around you because look at this. Look at how angry you are. Hmm, look at this. And then when we believe it, we're like, yeah, I actually am a piece of shit. Look at that. How about that? Woe is me. I hate my life. Oh, I hate my life. Oh, I hate the people I have to spend life with. And then the other side of me, wants to beat down. It gets angry at that as well. It's almost always an ebb and a flow. Good morning to you too, Soviet Slavin. It's nice to have you. Not feeling too great today. I'm feeling like horrid. Today, I feel is like one of the worst days I've had all year, Maxine. Like I feel bad. Like straight up, I said I hate my life today to myself, and as soon as I said it, I was like, "What the fuck? How dare you say something like that to yourself?" And I kind of like counterbalanced it by telling myself, "I am love. I am accepted. I am seen." Over and over and over again to counterbalance that bullshit. Love you too. Love you, Rambler, so much. How does the conversation go with that part of you? I'm still having the conversation, I believe, dear friend. I think we actively are. Getting to know yourself is a paradox in of itself, right? Because you can't. You can't know yourself. You can find yourself, but as soon as you find yourself, you lose yourself in that instance as well. Because you're no longer that person you found the very next second. It's a whole trip. How does such a happy being say that he hates himself? That's the joke, isn't it, Soviet Slamming? We all do that sometimes. And it's not about how happy you are, it's not about how much you have, it's not about how good things are conceptually. It is about the story we tell ourselves about it, you know? And the story I've been telling myself for some reason is one of unworthiness. I feel like an outsider, especially in my own family. Like I can't resonate with them. I can't communicate with them. Or maybe they can't communicate with me. And it's not that we don't understand the same language. It's just that we don't say the same things. And I feel like I'm the one that is being too critical, right? Like there was a conversation I had today about other people's doings, and how, oh, this person is a criminal, and yeah, they're doing this and that. And I'm trying to have a conversation, right? So I'm sitting in the conversation, and the only thing that I can think about is, why are we talking about this? Right? Critical, so critical. And I don't say anything. I stay quiet, but I feel like it's not what I want to talk about, And then I realized that that's probably the exact same thing the other way around. That if I talk about the things that I like talking about, that my parents are probably also like, why are we talking about this? Dissonance can be brutal sometimes. We can tell ourselves horrible things, Soviet. We're getting better at not telling ourselves horrible things. Everything in this life is a choice, yeah, or at least how we react to it. There is no negative feelings, just how we make us feel and how we react to those feelings. I agree completely, Corey, like to the T. I feel like that is what I'm learning today as well. The story we tell ourselves about our situation, about the things we experience, about what is going on right now, right? Because in the very same moment, I can tell myself a story about the beauty of a tree, the freshness of the air, the fragrance therein, the gentle light cutting through the trees. I can tell myself a story about the atrocities being committed around the world right now. And both of those are true. Both of those are true. But it's about what we want to make our truth, you know? And if love is not true, then I feel we're missing the mark. I feel like I'm missing the mark a little bit today, trying to self correct again. Wouldn't resist say, we are your real family. The blood don't mean crap. If the stranger on the internet understands, we're your real family. No offense, we love you. I love you too, dear friend. We're all family. Wouldn't resist. We're all family, dude. We're part of the human family. None of us are separate. I just feel there's like a resistance to believing that about ourselves right now. Mojo is here too. So nice to see you. So much love to you, friend. Every person has their own way of communicating with people. It's true, Soviet. I love this. Thank you. Thank you, El. I appreciate you so much, friend. I'm happy that you're having a good time. I love you. Thank you, Mojo. I unfortunately have to go into work today, but after, I'll be able to stay home and rest. Thank you, dear Maxine, for taking care of you. So much love to you, friend. I hope you feel better soon as well. That's all right. Didn't do much, but that's all right. It is Gateway Lane closing up, closing on the show tonight, dude. Absolute gangster. It is. That is a difficult question, Melt. A question I don't think I can really answer. I currently loathe being on campus, but I love the gigs. You know, that's. I'm happy that you're articulating it in that way because that's kind of what I thought you would say, Lane. That you're kind of as a result, as a circumstance, as a symptom of you being on campus right now, have the opportunities of the gigs you're going to, which is what you're enjoying doing. But it comes with this caveat of you having to go and go to class in these ass hats, just like me right now, right? And then you have to go and do a homework, and then you have to submit reports and assignments. But without this, no this. No, no separation in that either, Lane. Thank you, brother babe, for being honest with yourself, man. Are you in the dorms? I feel that. You're having withdrawals melt, and it's messing with your equilibrium. I think so, Joy Vive. I do think so. But maybe this is withdrawals. Maybe it is withdrawals. I wouldn't be surprised. I think the anxiety might be withdrawals. But the sobriety, you know, the way my brain works when I'm sober, it's like it's trying to problem solve. Like that's how I am stoned as well. So imagine trying to problem solve twice as fast all the time. You know, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted as it is, and I keep saying this every single time I. Hello, little ant. Landed on my leg. Every single time I stop smoking, I get to really remember why I smoke in the first place. And that just being able to know why I smoked in the first place is a good feeling to have. So I'm down. I'm down for the whole month. I'm not gonna break my kind of fast. Today birthday was okay. It was just another day. It is around the sun. Around the sun. I'm in the herring with all other music majors that live on campus. I think the best way to put it is that I am in this fractal. So it must be the right one. I must experience what I am experiencing because it is what life has given me. Lane knows. Lane understands exactly, right? That exactly where you are right now. You were placed because this place you're in right now is where you can do the best work as you, right? In your financial circumstance, in your physical circumstance, in your bodily circumstance. This right now is where you, as this version of self, can do the best work for yourself and for those around you. It's a difficult thing to know, Lane. Dude, like imagine that, huh? This dude is like, he just turned 20. He just turned 20 and he's like, tuned in. That's tough, but at least you will see a lot of the same faces. Are the roomies all right? I do hope so. That was great, Mel. You're great, Shanna. I felt that. Roommates are good. That's pretty. We were doing. We don't need music to dance. Yeah, I feel like I kind of breathe that way as well when I'm dancing to music. So I'm happy that I could do that. It felt kind of primal. I felt powerful for it. Mm. Music. Happy Sunday, everyone. Just popping in real briefly on an errand day. I love you all. Have a fabulous one. Make smart choices. Mm, thank you. My lungs are gonna be so happy as well. Not smoking things for an entire month. Yes, that's such a smart choice I'm making. Mm, 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 mm. Things are going as they're supposed to. Man, the sun cutting through that little hole in the tree, blasting my eyeballs. I feel like actual garbage this morning. Long night. Yoga definitely saved my life. I'm happy to hear that about the bear. We feel like you're getting sick tunes now. Just had one too many beverages. Take care. There's only one of you. Thank you, beloved Joy V, for saying that. You're so right. My body is my temple. Yet I always seem to move towards self destruction. Yeah, and alcohol is the best way to self destruct. Literally, number one best way to self destruct. I believe alcohol is better for self destruction than anything else, right? And I had that conversation with my sibling as well today, Connor. So I feel like I'm all out of. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I cannot change other people's way of being. You know, I honestly believe that alcohol is the actual bane of society. That's how strongly I feel about it, because we know now that alcohol reduces our ability to plan for the future, see the future clearly. You know, and weekend after weekend, billions of people destroy their ability to plan and see the future. In turn, quite literally destroying it by dissolving yourself in alcohol. Literally, cells dissolve, they self-destruct. The ability to not say things is powerful as well. Yeah, I agree, Pepe. I see tunes. Maybe if you join yoga regularly, the more you do, you'll be able to have less beverages. That sounds like a good one. It's not a problem. It's just when I'm in an environment where drinking is the norm, it's just too easy to overindulge. Yeah, that's the pattern, right? I feel that cartoons, yeah, it happens to a lot of us. I have faith that over time you will find that drinking to excess no longer serves you. You're super young, so your boundaries around booze haven't been built up yet. It's true. These things help, you know. Like sometimes we have to go through it. And my brother is one of those, right? My brother drinks excessively. He drinks so much. But what can I do? He's not gonna listen to me in the same way you won't. So I can I can make you feel bad, right? Which I don't want to do, of course. Or I can say nothing, which makes me feel bad, which I also don't want to do. So I'm like in this position of just staying silent. Like, oh well, pure acceptance, unconditional love, right? That's what unconditional love means. to love without any conditions. I love you, Connor, so much, dear friend. Oof, there's definitely something yucky happening. Hope you are ready to rest and feel better quickly. Thank you for that, dear friend. Not feeling great today. Think I missed a bit. Maybe. Hey, you Peach. It's been raining here, so I'm assuming it's from the weather change. It's interesting. Do you like the rain? Do you like the rain, Maxine? Like I've heard you say it's been raining a few times now, but I don't know if you like it. Here in South Africa, when it rains, it's like heaven. It's like a blessing from the skies. Probably lots of wicked weather lately. Yeah, Mama Gaia is shifting alongside us. She's putting us through some turmoil mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, so that we can arise as ourselves. I like the rain as long as I'm not walking in it. Same, yeah, same. Depending. I mean, sometimes I like walking in the rain, but only if I have the means to get dry quickly. You see that tree? That tree behind me? I was watching two lizards chase each other up the tree, and then they would get up to the tree, and then the quaffles. That bird chilling on top of that tree right now is a quaffle. It's a type of parrot species. Also has a little mohawks, right? And I just see these dudes kind of like jumping on the horizontal piece of the tree, chasing the lizards away. They were local commanders, chasing these lizards away, and then holding onto the tree, and then seeing them angle their heads, looking at these lizards, right, on the bark. I was just in this deep state of awe, watching nature unfold. Right, how many exchanges are happening between animals that we couldn't even fathom? Sweet and lovely Melt, our inner dialogue is very important. Make sure you are greeting small baby Melt inside of positive light and acceptance. You can reparent yourself by creating a safe space. Triangle, square, circle. Safe space right around me. Me is the triangle, the square is the earth, the circle is the infinity. Infinitely safe always. Thank you for reminding me, Susanna. Like literally, as I closed my eyes, I could see it. I could see the like a glowing triangle, captured within an orange square, captured within a space-like black sphere. I see, Tunes. It's hard to be the odd one out, but I believe you will be able to find balance and take care of yourself the way you want to, friend. Thank you for the encouragement, friend. I have been drinking since I was young, so I definitely have more control than most. I don't have nights like last night often. You were right, but it doesn't serve me though. Yeah, it's bad for us. Like it actually destroys brain cells. It increases your risk for dementia. It increases your risk for stroke. Increases your risk for heart failure. It reduces your ability to concentrate. Reduces your ability to be motivated. It's it's scary. It's scary how much money is being put into it. How much money is being put into it, the actual substance. How much money is being put into advertising the substance, and how much money is probably lost because of the use of the substance as well. I just imagine Baby Melt with Man Melt's hair. That looks like a straight gangster, you know. Comes out Giga Chad 5000 baby, just with the locks. It's a lifetime work finding balance. It really is. And we're always going to be unbalanced in one way or another, right? As soon as you find balance in one thing, like I feel balance is always an infinity, right? So you might find balance within a positive aspect of yourself, right? The light side of yourself. But then that balance inevitably creates, stimulates, projects onto some sort of shadow side of yourself. And then that shadow side can cause you to feel things, think things, experience things, want things. And then it can lead you astray again. And then you feel unbalanced. And then you try head for the light again, trying to find that balance. And it's this, and nobody can tell you how to do your balance. That's the beauty of it as well. Like every single one of us has to kind of learn how to ride those waves ourselves. We can, however, join each other as we're riding the waves together. Woo! Sick roller coaster, huh? Yeah. Wow. Woo! Ah, I love a good rain. I watch from the porch, or while you're mid baseball game and it's super hot. My favorite. Yeah, it's super hot here right now. It's 40 degrees Celsius. It's pretty ass. I wish I could down the AC on the entire country, but that's not how it works, unfortunately. You got this, Toon. So much love. Toons, I feel you. It was really a hard night for me. The togetherness of this brings me strength. Me too. Jovan, goodness, you friends make me feel like I'm feeling sane right now. Man, my crack addiction is back. I'm sorry to hear that, friend. I've been thinking about you like whole of yesterday, interestingly enough as well. So I've been sending you vibes, dude. I've been sending you vibes. Oh, man. I wish you luck, dear friend. I know it might not be financially possible for you to even do so, but try and find help, right? Maybe a support group. Like, you're back today, so here we are trying to at least help you, right? Trying to be a support group for you. Love is true, dear friend. I'm so sorry that you're struggling with this. I wish I could do more to help you. I wish I could say the perfect sentence that will instantly illuminate something in your mind that will let this addiction just melt away, but I don't know everything. Thank you for inspiring me to though. And breathes deeply. Hoopy! It's nice to have you here, friend. I was just on the depressing subs related to my mental health, dude. Yeah, yeah, huh? Uh, I've been there as well, Hoopy. I've been there as well, dude. I'm having a hard day, man. Straight up struggling. I guess it's withdrawal. Joy Vivas is notifying me. Maybe it's withdrawal. I'm taking off from weed a little bit, caffeine as well, and I'm not eating until after I've streamed, and it's quite an adjustment, and I don't like it. My monkey is like, the fuck. Where's normal? Give me normal back. I want normal. No, we're doing this now, monkey. We're doing this now. Shaking the cage. Hey, again, love. It's nice to have you here, Hoopy. Reading a book called The Ego Trick about the source of the illusion of self. Interesting. Any takeaways, Mojo? Any little like a remote emotionally revealing thought sentence that you would like to share with us from the book? Mel, send us some heat, and I'll return some cold your way. Trade off. There you go. I send you like 3 degrees. Hmm. Nah, that's just coincidence. It's the wind. Like it's unironically cooler now, weirdly enough. But I think it's just the wind. Like it. Thank you. Everybody is sad. What's happening? I'm not sad. I'm not sad, friend. I'm very not sad. I'm angry. I'm angry more than I'm sad today. Because I feel I'm not powerful enough, dude. I'm not powerful enough. And I've been exercising a lot, trying to get more powerful. Right? But it's bodily power. Please, little fly. Please. Spare me. I want to be able to do more, friend. I don't want the people I love to suffer, you know. Which brother is drinking a lot? I don't know if he's drinking a lot. But we have a friend in the YouTubes. I don't even want to say names because I care too much for him as well. But I mean, this is like the third weekend in a row. I think back to back to back. So it might not be an everyday thing, which is good. But unfortunately, we know a lot about alcohol right now. That's all I'll say. What do you think? I mean, like for me, I listened to a podcast that Brother Ryan recommended I was listening to as well. And this dude used to be a wine connoisseur. And he would drink a lot of wine, right? Justifying that it's his thing. Like it was his thing to drink wine, right? Open the bottle, swirl the wine in his glass. This little fruit fly, I kind of wanted to die. Swirl it in his glass, and then sip on it. And instead of completely going cold turkey, just going away from this addiction that he had, he translated it, transmuted it, transformed it into tea drinking ceremonies. So instead of drinking wine with the ritual of drinking wine, he started drinking tea, creating a whole ritual for himself of drinking tea. And maybe that's something to consider. I'm sorry, little fly. I did say you're gonna die, and I never lie. I found that weed helps me calm my anxiety and brain down. Exactly. My brain is always racing with multiple ideas and thoughts, and I can't stop naturally. That's where I am right now, Maxine. And it's good. That's good as well. Sometimes it's necessary for us to be faced with that side of ourselves because if we're always trying to escape that, right, that overactiveness, that inability to switch off, then it catches up with us. It catches up with us. And I feel it's catching up with me. But at least I do this every year now, right? Sober October every year. So I give it like 11 months. I give myself 11 months head start. And then I stop for a second, right? The whole tortoise and a rabbit thing. No, I don't know if that makes sense, but now it's kicking my ass a little bit, slapping me around. Be safe. Whatever this sickness is, it just took some of my hearing away in my right ear. Everything sounds far away all of a sudden. We're fighting demons, Maxine. I'm not joking, right? Demons is a word we've used for a lot of our society, but the way that I think about demons these days is old patterns. That a demon is an old pattern, right? That almost wants to be. It wants to be that pattern. And we're literally being faced with a choice right now to perpetuate the old patterns that we know do not serve us or to stop. And if we're unwilling to stop, the demons win, right? Because then they get to be. And it's only you, dear friend, that can stop them. Because those patterns are within you. Those patterns are within all of us. The pattern of hate, the pattern of jealousy, the pattern of contempt, the pattern of separation. We all know how that feels. We all know how that that feeling affects us as well. And we're reaching a tipping point, Maxine. It's difficult. Weird things are gonna happen. Like losing your hearing in one of your ear all of a sudden. Like I get these these super high frequencies, and then I focus very intently on it, and then I integrate it into my brain. It goes away. I've been dealing with some bodily issues as well. This bicep is being weird, and I'm not, overdoing it or doing things to hurt myself. I didn't slip or, you know, pull something, but still, we're facing these difficulties. I feel like most of my battles are mental right now. I was just thinking about this thing of how I do my life, so many little things, but no time for the big important things. Yeah, Hoopy. What is the big important things to you, dear friend? You know, what is the big important thing to you, and does it have to be big? Right? I know that might not make sense, but this big important thing that you want to be doing. Can you do it small? As in, can you do it for only 10 minutes today? For only 1 minute today? And if so, try to. Fight those demons, friends. Those fractals are not who you are. They might have been a way for you to experience, but they were never you. Love you. And if you think the yoga was great, you should try the sanghas. I'm looking forward to today's. Joe, sorry. Had a hard night. Hope you have a better day. Thank you. Sanghas, basically a community get together after this stream. Talking about, I should actually pay attention to the time. We still have some time left at least. Hmm. Your strength is a blessing to us all. Thank you, Connor, for providing your strength as well, friend. Your heart energy is real. Thank you, friend. Yes, Sanghas, they're on Sunday, so today it's a contemplation and meditation of a Zoom. It starts in an hour from now. Would love to see you there, friend. Thank you for inviting our dear friend. Sadly, I have a weekly Sunday meeting, so I would love to, but maybe next week I can make some time. No expectation, dear friend. That triangle cube sphere is an incredible visualization. I'm stealing it. I love you, Susanna. It's yours, dear friend. It's all of ours. Oh, okay. Well, now you know it's there, and you can make it sometimes. I encourage you to. Thank you, friend. May the healing we need be in the strength we bring. Every single breath being more healed still. It's fabulous talking to you. It's nice talking to you too, Hoopy. I feel very serious. I'm sorry if I'm being serious. I tend to be a little bit more silly. Maybe the silliness will come back as we move out of this tension, right? We'll see. We'll see close to day 30 if the silliness returns. But I'm feeling very not silly these days. I'm feeling very 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 strict. No monkeys. We're doing this now. Yeah, exactly. We're doing this now, monkey. Stop. Stop it. Morning, folks. Mariah joining us too. Thank you for joining us, dear friend. It's hard to stop. It is. It very much is. And it's not like someone taught us how to. I feel like that's the thing that kind of trips me out the most. Is like nobody teaches you how to deal with these things. We're all dealing with them. So it's not like it's odd, unfamiliar, impossible to quantify. Maybe I mean psychology probably deals with these things. But why were we never, given proper tools to deal with our mental bullshit? Punchable face you have. I do. I do have a punchable face. Kind of want to be punched right now, even. Not from a sadistic point of view, but from a no, other way around. Not from a masochistic point of view, but from a sadistic point of view. You know that the act of punching my face will allow for a certain energy, a certain choice. And I was thinking about that recently. Kick, kick, punch. I was thinking about it, appropriate river. I was thinking about it from this perspective of if someone does punch me, you know, do I actually want to put them in the ground? Or would there be even more power in not, and just being gentle and looking them in the eyes? You've done it, friend. You've punched me. Now what? Do you feel better? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel separate? Having punched the face of a brother, of yourself? It's hard sometimes, dude. Because I want to say I used to be. I used to be angry, but I don't know if I can say that. I feel I am angry. I'm sure a lot of us are. And anger makes me sad, dude. It makes me sad from this perspective of I don't want to be angry. You know, that out of all of the states of being I can be in, angry is the last state I want to be in. And it's not anger from a place of hate, but very much from a place of love for me, where I'm angry to see over the last 20 years housing prices literally double. You know, as I was becoming an adult, it became twice as hard for me to own a home. Just as I was growing up, twice as hard for me to own a home, right? Like if that doesn't make you angry, inflation, actual theft, that year on year on year, they literally steal your money. Oh yeah, but it's to incentivize people to spend their money. People don't need an incentive to spend their money. People will spend their money. Oh, people eat food. People like going on vacations. People like buying new toys. Tax, policing, telling me what I'm allowed to and not allowed to do with my own consciousness, telling women what they are and what they aren't allowed to do with their own bodies. People being forced into drafts to fight a war they didn't sign up for, killing themselves. Love is true. The reason we can feel so strongly about these things is because we love so deeply. Otherwise we wouldn't care. The fact that you care in the first place means that love is true. Oh, goodness. Uh, I'm hoping on the inverting table. Inverting table? I'm not exactly sure what that means, Hoopy. I'm sorry, friend. It's going over my head. Sorry. I have been super serial as well. Need to be more silly. Every minute you spend mad is 60 seconds of happiness wasted. Yes. Super cereal. I want some super cereal, please. I feel like I'm giving you some super cereal right now. At least Mercury retrograde ends today. Thank you, Mercury, for not retrograding us and stuff anymore. Shan, thanks for the reminder. I feel like I'm walking through mud lately. You're walking through mud. That's nice. That's real nice, Gateway. I feel like I've been pulled, right? Like I'm holding onto like a handle that is attached by rope to something extremely powerful, infinitely thrusting into infinity. And I've just been like dragged through the mud. Getting freaking mud in my eyes, in my mouth, in my nose. Right. Me too. Me too, Gateway. It's gonna get better, friend. I'm sure about it. It has to. Why are so many of us trudging through the mud right now, Gateway? Sensitive beings, maybe. Joy, like we're feeling all of the vibes, right? So many vibes happening in the collective consciousness right now that it's hard for us to not feel. And at least we're still showing up. That's the thing that kind of gives me hope that regardless of us being dragged through mud, we're still showing up. We're still being present with ourselves and with one another. Same gateway, moving slow and just tired. I also believe that the season changing plays a part. I think of it as if we all are connected, nature included, and the seasons change, we change too. The way the trees change and the animals prepare for winter, we do too. I agree completely. And like I'm like smack dab in summer right now, and I'm still adjusting, right? And I'm still fighting angry at the hot. I was like, huddled up in blankets not too long ago, and now I'm trying to get out of my own skin. Where can I find the Zoom link? It's on the Discord, Susanna. I would love to participate. I only have a small bit of time, but I would love to say hi. Anything you can spare would be appreciated, friend. There's no expectation. We'll see you there. We prepare for winter by losing our damn minds. It seems that way. It is in the Yoga Floga channel in the Discord, Susanna. Thank you, Shan, for letting her know. I know because our parents weren't taught, and though their parents were taught, and their parents weren't taught, isn't happening for too many generations now. When it's out of time melt, we got no idea how to deal with life's personal situation. At least I believe that in a way we're equipping ourselves with the skills to at least know somehow a little bit how to get better at it. We're actively encouraging each other. We're like cheering each other on in this trip, where I feel like if I had to tell my family how I feel right now, they would be like, "Why? Why are you feeling this way? Stop. You don't have a reason to feel that way." And the fact that in this community we can at least be like, "Hey, it's okay. I also feel that way sometimes. We'll be okay. We'll see the other side of it." I encourage everyone to try Inktober. To be honest, I really do not enjoy it, but it's a way to form a habit. And I like that we have some accountability amongst each other. I look forward to seeing more from you, Gateway. Your gargoyle is the word provocative? Controversial? I think provocative is a good word. Your art makes me feel things. I don't art. My stick fingers are crooked. There's a reason. I'm a Patreon of the arts. Thank you. Joy Beef, you are an artist. Your brain is the work of art, dear friend. Your life is the work of art. The way you move through time and space is the work of art. The way you stir your coffee, a work of art. The way you bring it up to your lips and burn your lips for a second to only blow it cooler and slurp coffee, work of art. Breathe. I love habits. I love habits too. I love habits and I also like breaking them, it seems. Right? Where I've had a habit of smoking weed consecutively for a while now again, and I don't necessarily enjoy breaking the habit per se, as in not doing the habit, but I enjoy breaking the habit. The actual art of breaking the habit, that part I enjoy. Make art, not war. There we go. Slurpy worpy art. Yes! Yes, exactly. I know because our parents, I think are the one. I would love to permanently let go of anger from my spirit. Me too. Me too, Max. We're trying to, dear friend. We're melting it away actively. You can do it. I recommend Inner Engineering or any Sadhguru yoga program. Thank you for the recommendation, Upi. There's no education for life, serious problems of how to deal with things. I hate being alone and self teaching yourself. I know your pain melt and others watching this. We're not alone anymore, dear friend. We don't have to teach ourselves alone anymore. You friends are actively teaching me as well. A world full of love. Its time has come, friends. It's here, Hoopy. It's here, friend. It's just the lost parts of our humanity trying to hold on to the old ways of being. Anger is a tool. We must choose to use it wisely. Beautifully said, Rambler. Very beautifully said. Whew, still reading the book, but some of his points seem to be the self is not a static pearl at your center, but rather extremely fluid, very much dependent on current circumstances. The self as ego, or the self is the ultimate self, Moja, which is why it's important to be vigilant about what you expose yourself to. That I do agree. I believe we become what we observe, right? We become what we observe. The things you keep exposing yourself to, you become, right? And that's that way with friends, it's that way with content, it's that way with food. And it's the brutal part about it is that there's a an extreme amount of responsibility that we have to take, and it's hard. It's hard to take that much responsibility, right? Like to accept that you are completely responsible for everything, for everything, right? Literally everything. And it's not this responsibility from demonizing yourself, but this responsibility of choosing to be better. Having taken responsibility, you can't help but. Everybody's gargoyles are straight fire, really so. Good job. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Rambler, for letting yourself see 1111. Thank you for tuning me into it as well. You can be alone. How can you be alone when you don't even exist? That was technically today's stream topic, Connor. No, I'm getting pollened. Today's stream topic was this realization that as the singularity, as ultimate unity, all knowing, all present being, you shattered, died as that self to be this one. And to trust, to believe that you're as that ultimate divine intelligence, wise enough to choose correctly, to choose this life. Bonds, not bombs, please. I agree, Hoopy. This exact experience, dude, exactly as it is, all of the challenges we face, the parents we had, the place we find ourselves in, the jobs we have to do, that all of it was a divine choice. That we keep making those divine choices. We get to keep making those divine choices. That the things you do day in, day out become you. It's brutal, dude. It's so brutal. Taking that much responsibility for your own life can feel very daunting, defeating, even. To the point where people don't even try. You can either believe everything matters or nothing does. There is no in between. I believe nothing is but the canvas for everything. Darkness is but the obstacle for light to overcome. Void is but the space in which beingness is. Right? So I believe both statements are true, Connor. Nothing matters just as much as everything matters. Nothing is true, everything is permitted. I like that. Thank you, Melita. Nothing is true. I think love is true, though. I don't think love is permitted. Like, seriously, though. Do let me know what you think. No. Alright, like, that's at least, I feel I agree with the statement for everything else except love. Because love isn't permitted, is it? Love is. Without permission. Without boundaries. Sorry to interrupt the flow, but I can't find the channel. My name on the Discord is Zano, hashtag 3366. Thank you, Susanna. It is right up top. You'll see there's like a notification little tab, and then directly underneath it is Yoga Floga. It's 1, 2, the second one from the top. You should be able to find it, dear friend. Hope to see you soon. It is about time. I have like 30 minutes before the Sangha is gonna start. We're gonna pull a sacred geometry card. I'm kind of curious. I'm like, usually I feel like I'm pulling these cards for you friends, right? I don't know. It's not a bad thing. I want to pull a card for you friends. But today I very much feel like I want a card for myself as well. You know, like I need some wisdom. I need some vision, some direction, some understanding, maybe. Teach me sacred geometry. Teach me sound waves. Teach me light particles. Teach me planetary bodies. Teach me dark matter. Teach me black holes. Teach me quasars. How to be the light. So bright that I outshine galaxies. Yeah! Sorry. I'm so sorry. Which card is gonna be? This one. Healing the heart. Yeah. Yeah, actually. Healing the heart it is, huh? Actively healing our hearts, dear friends. DNA strands with our beloved. What do they call them? Denizens? Denizens of the ocean, yes. The whales being the denizens of the ocean. Look at that heart energy. Beautiful mountain, beautiful greenery, all the way into the ocean. Healing the heart. Much love to you all. Head into a meeting. I love each and every one of you beautiful fractals. Thank you for being present of yourself. You are divine. No, you. Thank you for joining us, Connor. I hope to see you again soon, dear friend. Healing the heart. Yo. The spirit of place and healing. Beautiful geometric configuration depicted in this card is, according to visionary physicist Nassam Haramein, the hyperdimensional fractal geometry of space-time. The matrix is a 3D Koch curve of vector equilibriums. It is the crystal at the core of the Earth. This geometry is intended to enhance the healing of the heart on personal, planetary, and multidimensional levels. Various places all around our planet have the potential to bring you into alignment of healing energies. They may be revealed through cultural tradition, placements on the Earth grid, or your own intuition. Sometimes these will be recognized as places of power or sacred sites. Particular locations hold potent energy by virtue of their historical and cultural importance as an ideal place to offer prayers and quicken intentions. Be advised to seek out the place that summons you and honor the spirit of place that resides there. Be confident that you will be called to the locations that are in tune with your movement towards wholeness and your mission in this lifetime. You may be surprised to find that the place where you are holds healing energy for you. As you relax and feel into the spirit of place you call home, tune into your surroundings and recognize how they help restore and replenish you. This place, with you friends, is the sacred space to me. This is the space I keep being drawn to, the space I find my mission in. And the fact that you friends, are on this mission of light with me, it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. Jovan and Shannon, Melita, maybe Goo, maybe Susanna, Joy Vive too. I don't know how many of your friends are still here. Oh my, great cards. Great you. Thank you, Rambler. Thank you, friends, for joining me. I'm sorry if I was low energy. You know, we can't always have crazy Mel, but I'm sure he will return, stronger than ever, crazier than ever. Oh goodness, stop! Being too crazy. I was just visualizing how crazy I have been, how crazy I probably will continue to be. Right, and crazy to me is this interpretation of not normal. Embrace it, friend. Normal is lame. Normal is so last year. Thank you, friends. Have a beautiful day, friends. Beautiful car. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. You're the ones that are beautiful enough to listen, beautiful enough to see, and beautiful enough to feel with me. Have the most beautiful day, everyone. I love you all so very dearly, Melt, and all of you amazing friends. As we love you. Ooh, I see the Spirit of Place card in my mind's eye. Heart, and just these triangles. You were fire. Like always, Mel. Thank you, dear Rambler, for honoring me with your presence, dear friend. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. I am actively trying to be worthy of it. I know, I know. I'm trying still. I love you. Thank you for joining me, friends. I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye. Thank you. You too, friends, as well. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. We'll be okay. Say it. I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, so nice. I'm gonna be so happy looking back at these moments. I'm gonna be so present during these moments so that I can know how to continue being present during all moments. Thank you, friend, for being present with me. I love you so much. I don't want to say goodbye, but I will for today. I'll see you again very soon, either on the Sangha or on tomorrow's stream. I love you. Goodbye, everyone.